Welcome back. Just to quickly remind you that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions. And here are some of the pictures that you sent in to us on our Eyewitness portal. The first one shows the picture of the reenactment of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ by the Catholic Church of the Resurrection in Magodu here in Lagos State. Still in the state, our Eyewitness reporter sent in this one showing how some Christians in the state celebrated Good Friday. The procession took place around the Ikeja Mall along Obafemi Awolowo Way. And while many Christians were celebrating Good Friday around the world here in Nigeria, our Eyewitness reporter sent in this photo of an accident scene that occurred at a sharp bend in Lafia, Nasarawa State. According to him, this is the fourth time this sort of accident will be occurring in the same location. He also advised motorists to be patient when approaching that particular bend. Thanks a lot for reporting the situations around you. Do continue to take advantage of the Eyewitness platform. We move on now, and Benin City, the capital of Edo State, was thrown into jubilation as party faithful and supporters of the All Progressive Congress in the state, led by the governor, Adams Oshomole, rolled out the drums and held a procession to celebrate the victory of General Muhammadu Buhari in the March presidential polls. Starting from the Benin City airport, the APC supporters and lovers of General Buhari danced round major streets before converging on Oba Ovorawe Square, where a victory concert kicked off.
The All Progressives Congress in Edo State could not have been happier following the party's victory in the presidential election, and this was evident in the leaders' and members' jubilation. The long procession of gleeful party members and supporters led by Governor Oshomole from the Benin airport down to Oba Ovorawe Square found it difficult to mask their joy. Another reason the state government is grateful for the win is that the tides have shifted for the state, moving it from the status of one led by the opposition party. This musical concert, featuring top Nigerian artists, organized by the state government, is a short time out to celebrate just before it returns to the task of working for a better Nigeria. The state's Chief of Staff, Patrick Obayago, gives an unexpected performance. They will not become political collaterals. They will no longer become political shishi-dodos. Because in truth and indeed, they now know that Okobo Loboda. It was not long before Governor Oshomole found his way to the dance floor to the admiration of the people. The governor still finds time to acknowledge the people's support, encouraging them to maintain peaceful conduct during the polls ahead. Thank you so much for your role. Continue to maintain the peace. We also want to appreciate President Goodluck Jonathan tonight for behaving like a statesman. He has led by example, and I think we can build on that. A successful outcome in the presidential election no doubt has buoyed the hope of the All Progressives Congress and its candidates, who expect celebrations to continue after the State House of Assembly elections.
Well, as the race for the governorship seat hots up, 10 candidates here in Lagos have withdrawn from the race. The 10 candidates are also declared support for the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Akinwumi Ambode, in the presence of their party chairman. According to them, this action is to allow progress and stability of governance in the state. The People's Democratic Party and 3 others are not part of this coalition. While the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Imo State, Emeka Ihedioha, appears confident of success at the forthcoming governorship polls. Speaking at a news conference in Owerri, the Imo State capital, Mr. Ihedioha says that despite the outcome of the presidential election, he remains confident that the People's Democratic Party in the state will win.
Privileged to have been part and parcel of central governments at the federal levels for the past 16 years. And I believe that our lot will be better. What is most important and significant to our people is for you to have a government that is responsive, a government that will utilize the resources and potentials of the state to develop Imo, and indeed hook Imo to the national grid. And as far as I'm concerned, like I've said, Imo is part of the Nigerian Federation. And with a good governor, whatever the entitlements of our people are, we shall get those entitlements and utilize them for the benefit of all.
Away from politics now, Christians all over the world commemorate Good Friday, the Passion and Death of Jesus Christ. Many Christians spent the day fasting, praying and meditating on the agony and suffering of Christ on the cross. The holiday is observed during Holy Week on the Friday preceding Easter Sunday. It's also known as Holy Friday, Great Friday or Black Friday. Good Friday is a widely instituted holiday in many national governments around the world, including most Western countries, especially among Catholic nations. Some governments have laws prohibiting certain acts that are seen as defiling the solemn nature of the day. Here in Nigeria, as in some other countries, Christians, particularly the Catholics, embark on a special Good Friday procession as a reenactment of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And as Christians globally mark the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, some clergymen in the nation's Federal Capital Territory have called for religious tolerance as well as imbibing the essence of the celebration, that's love and sacrifice. The clergymen who applauded the conduct of the just concluded presidential elections asked Nigerians to show support for the president-elect, General Muhammadu Buhari.
This was the mood at various churches where services to commemorate the death of Jesus took place. Messages focused on how best to show love to people irrespective of religion or tribe. The clerics here say the significance of the celebration must be reflected in the lives of Christians.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. We should teach the lesson of love everywhere we go. So love, humility, forgiveness, these things are things that we must emphasize at this time of Easter.
Once we become our brother's keeper, there will be peace in our land. But when we become so self-centered on sentiment, on religion, tribal sentiment, regional sentiment, then we are going nowhere. Let's forget about what divides us. Let's forget about what brings confusion and friction among people. Let's look at things that unite us.
There was also a word for the president-elect as he takes up the mantle of leadership next month.
He just have to forget about whether I'm a Muslim, whether I am this or that, I'm APC, and understand that he is now coming to be the father of the nation, the leader of Nigeria. He will need to pay attention to the leakages in our economy and seal them up and rejuvenate this country.
We want to ask us to pray for the government, and then any person that the people that are coming into power to know that it is not by power, it is by might. It is God who brought them, and God who brought them is watching them. They cannot fail to disappoint God. It's not where somebody will think he's playing any script or be there for some people. You are not there for people, you are there for God. And when you are there for God, you are also there for the people.
As is usual with Christian worship, the various church services featured hymns and prayers for the nation.
And still in the spirit of the season, the governor of Rivers State, Chibuike Amechi, has apologized to those he may have offended through his actions in the general elections, and the governor made this remark recently. He also speaking were Governors Willie Obiano of Anambra State and Tanko Almakura of Nasarawa State.
Easter is usually a period of reflection, and some governors took the period not only to reflect on the past elections, but also to call for peace in their various states. For Kwara State, Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed, Christians and other Nigerians must use this season to pray for enduring peace and stability in the country. Forgiveness is another message of the season, and the Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi took advantage of this as he seeks forgiveness from all those he offended from his action or inaction.
This election is about your life, your safety, the well-being of your loved ones, your business, and the future of your children, and ultimately our great state. May I, in the spirit of the Easter, appeal to all those who may have been offended by my actions or inactions to forgive me. As your governor, elected to serve you, we have always meant well and will always mean well.
For Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano and his counterpart from Nasarawa State, Tanko Almakura, it may be Easter, but it's certainly time to recover stolen mandates by opposition political party.
It's not just about getting the votes, but getting the people to benefit from what will make life meaningful to them. This project, like you see, ought to have been commissioned about 6 months ago. But every day we are refining, fine-tuning, and reviewing the scope of the work. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know where campaign starts and actual delivery of the dividend of democracy ends. I will continue to work until the last day of this administration.
The dubious victory of the PDP in the senatorial and the House of Representatives elections of the last Saturday shall not stand. We have assembled the necessary documentary and material evidence that will expose the barefaced lies of PDP and retrieve the mandate that you graciously gave to all APGA candidates from the law courts. We shall do everything humanly possible to ensure that justice is done to our people and that we shall not relent until victory is achieved.
As Christians celebrate Easter across the country, it is another opportunity for everyone to imbibe the lessons of the season, which is tolerance, forgiveness, and above all, love.
When the news at 10 returns, bomb blast at a bus station in Gombe leaves 10 dead. We join us again.